How can we see? How can we feel? How can we sense? How can we sense the invisible? The invisible forces that may obscure us seeing that universal light that shines within. So in order to help us touch and see some of the universal forces, we have to tap into ourselves and also become aware of some of the things that are obscuring us, some of the things that are blinding us. So I'd like to invite you to explore with me these invisible dynamics over the next few minutes. Could I ask you all to drop into a way of listening, really using your heart, your stomach, your body. We've got loads of nerve endings. We've got loads of ways of accessing knowing. We don't just need to use our brains. So, reality is far more spacious than we like to imagine. We live in an invisible net of connections. There's an interplay. There's an interplay between the leader, the setting, each other. So, if you think back even to this morning, when you arrived here, you may think, oh, it's me that's anxious. You may think, it's me that's excited. It's me that's curious. And of course, you are all those things. But also, we collectively are anxious, excited, curious. So we actually start to create that net. And that net starts to create us. It starts to affect us. So we have freedom, and we have some constraints through the relational settings that we live in, that we create, and that we are created by. Why is this important? I've mused on this a lot. The simplest answer is because the invisible is affecting us whether we're aware of it or not. So becoming aware gives us choice. That's the first thing. The other thing that I actually noticed I was doing was, as I thought about myself in speaker mode, I thought of lots of reasons why this was important. And then I noticed I was starting to get into quite a convincing mode. I was marshalling 10, 15, 20, which was the best, most convincing argument that I could get, that I could put up to force you to all want to do this. And as soon as I became aware that I was getting into convincing mode, what happens to you? I set up, you either become the convinced, the yet to be convinced, well, do a little bit more, then I might be convinced. And so we're in an interplay. And if I really think about it, as I noticed my convincingness starting to come through, I realised I was in a performance trance. Systems create these trances. So a great one we all face as leaders is the performance trance. If I just try a little harder, everybody will get it. They'll get me. It's one of those grabs on the arm. It's a question, really, you've got to ask yourselves. I can't really answer why it's important for you. You've to come in to this place here. And the way you'll start to really know about those invisible forces is asking of yourselves right now, what's happening now? That's all you need to ask. What is happening now? what's happening individually, what's happening collectively. It also helps to have a language to look at invisible forces. We've been working with this for quite some time. It's a language of four orders, four ordering forces, work developed by Bert Hellinger, taken forward by the Nowhere Foundation, work we use with a number of our clients. Four ordering forces, these are deep natural orders. We all want to belong. We have an inherent need to belong. We have a place. Some places serve us, some weaken us. It is actually easier to be centred in some places. Here I may be centred. Moving here, I'm actually starting now to feel off-centre. I'm too far back on the stage. I weaken myself. You may notice it if you again tune in. There's an exchange. We're exchanging ideas today. It's one thing. We're exchanging oxygen. We're exchanging curiosity. We're a living ecosystem we can actually be curious about. And time, we're at a moment in time. We're here, we're now. We also have a continuity of a sense of our history and our imagined futures. I'm out of time. I could have said more. I'm going to steal an extra moment of your time to give you three capacities that I think will make a difference. Feeling the resonance of what is. We feel into our bodies and we can agree to what is. Using our embodied imagination, not fantasy, not projections, actually deeply embodied. Can I feel the systems that I'm part of? Can I feel what they're doing to me? Can I evoke something else in you? And looking for solutions that strengthen the whole. It's absolutely critical. It's not about me and my self-interest. It's about us and our whole. Thank you.